It's that kind of thing. Like if like let's say if you had a kid and he was like going through puberty and you found out he was watching porn, like how would you react to it?
Are you actually genuinely asking me?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
no, no,
gosh.
I'm kidding around, Fisher.
Oh,
No, no, of course I'm
uh,
serious.
so I never really thought about that actually. Obviously, I have a serious talk with them. I'd probably say the same thing my parents told me, and just tell them to
Did
stay
your
away from it as
parents
much as.
catch you?
We'll say that again.
Did your parents catch you? You mean like you said that your parents had to talk with you? Like, did they catch you doing it?
So when the first time I got like I guess some sort of handheld device, so like an iPod Touch was like the first handheld device. It was like I had an iPod Touch before I even had a cell phone, and when I got that, I remember my dad like was like telling me it's like I want you to stay away from like pornographic material, and I'm just like, and of course like I was like in middle school, so I'm like, yeah, dad, I know. Did I listen? Actually, it's funny because I actually didn't like know how to get, like where to go exactly to watch that kind of stuff until I was like introduced by someone else, and then like it all went downhill from there.
Mhm.
I'll probably say the same thing to my kids is like try to just warn them like, hey, do not like you need to stay away from this stuff as much as possible. And I think most people eventually like if you start watching enough, you'll realize you're gonna have an issue with it. I mean, obviously, some people have a huge addiction and they can't get away from it. And for me personally, I feel like I was getting to the point where it got to become a huge problem, and that's why now I'm like trying to stay away from it as hard as possible. I'm actually doing a really good job. I've actually figured out a way to like block it from my Safari browser, and so I can't actually.
Nice.
Yeah, but the issue is, in funny enough, I actually know how I can like how I don't know. So the UR I like pretty much ban the URLs essentially, but I know how to unban it. Like, which is kind of shitty that I can just like undo it anytime I want, but I haven't done it
Yeah.
yet,
That
which
all
is
comes
good.
down to self-control.
Yeah, exactly. And it's actually funny because when I put on like safe search for my Safari app or whatever, like for example, my banking app, I was trying to like look at my bank account, but for some reason when I had safe search on, I can't access my bank account. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I have to like allow the URL for my bank account just so I can like see my bank account for some reason. I don't know, it's
Mhm.
weird. So, but either way, it's a huge issue, and especially for guys like you mentioned earlier, like you can't get hard if you just watch porn all the time, and it gives you a lot of unrealistic expectations. But like I mean, yeah, you can't deny how great porn actually is because it gives you exactly what you want. Like
Mhm.
and that's the one thing you got to remember is like whatever you're seeing on there, it's not going to be the same in real life, and
Yeah.
you have to figure out a way to actually enjoy real life sex, because if you
Mhm.
can't do that, then you're going to live pretty miserably, and you're probably never going to have a significant other that you can stay with for a long period of time.
Yeah, I mean, like looking at it, like if I had a kid and I found out they were watching porn, I wouldn't be mad at them. Like, of course, I'd have a talk with them, especially if if for like 12, 13-year-old boys
Mhm.
that are watching porn, and that's their first and like first impression of sex, they're gonna get the wrong idea.
Right.
Like you're gonna see, not every guy has a 9-inch long.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna see those and get insecure, and you're gonna see all these different things, and it's gonna twist your mind about how this sex should actually be. I remember like my parents never really had a talk with me about it because I was pretty secretive with watching it. But
Mhm.
I remember like whenever my dad was around, he told me like whenever it came to anything, he told me as long as I was honest with him, he wasn't gonna get mad at me. And for the
Right.
most part, he kept his word about it. I remember I was hanging out with him in like it was like our second living room. It's where like we had like a pool table and a computer in the corner. I remember he was on there and he was looking at the search history, and I started to sweat because I looked at big boobs on Google the night before. And
Yeah. Did
and
you?
I started sweating, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, I got to be honest with you. I looked at big boobs on Google." He's like, "Oh, okay. Thanks for being honest with me." And then
Yeah.
after, I didn't do it again because it just scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, it's actually funny because before I even knew what porn actually was, like this was before I even knew what the word porn was. I actually did get caught. Oh my god, I don't even know if I should share this. This is so
Do
embarrassing.
it.
Um,
No
so
balls.
so my mom obviously is a teacher, and she has a computer lab that her classroom's in, and I
No
was
fucking way.
yeah. So I was in fifth grade when this happened. Uh, like for some reason, this is like the time of my life where like I had a complete different perspective on like girls for some reason. Like that one you I think every like guy and I guess even girl like has that one day in their lives where they realize like what sex actually is, and you just
Hmm.
gives you this perspective that's just completely different. And so I and I so okay, so I would go on my mom's computer like after school. I usually play a bunch of like flash games on there and stuff like that. And I think like Google had like this one thing where you can like customize your own profile or whatever. And for some reason, Google, I don't know why Google had this, but there was like a background you can put behind like the Google search bar or something. And it was a bunch of like anime girls in bikinis with these huge titties. And I just remember being really aroused from that. And I can't believe Google even had this, something like that. It was like so
Yeah.
easy to get access to. But either way, for some reason, that was also the time where I thought Megan Fox was really hot. So I'd
Oh,
look
who
up like
didn't?
I looked up a lot of like underwear pictures of Megan Fox or whatever on those computers. And so yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, my mom was like doing something and she like found out like my search history on there. And my parents had like this huge talk with me, and I even did some things like on the computer at home when my parents weren't around. But I never really found anything too explicit, believe it or not. Like, cause like I said,
Mhm.
this was before I even knew what the word porn was, so I never actually looked up anything. And so anyway,
Yeah.
for
When I
for a whole month, I couldn't watch any TV or be on like any sort of screen device.
hmm,
Yeah, I mean, it was
really.
I was only a month, so I guess time went by pretty fast when it happened. But yeah, that was like the one time in my life where my parents like were really upset with me, like
Mhm.
that. And yeah, I just remember that so vividly. But
That would too.
but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny looking back on it because, like I said, I didn't see anything too explicit. And of course, like since I did some of this on my the school computers, you can't actually look up any of that, any porn stuff, because they have it blocked. But maybe they didn't back then, but I'm sure they did. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
In fourth grade, I went to this. Remember that Christian school that they had at the rodeo grounds?
Oh, rodeo ground. There was at the rodeo. I don't know if I
Yeah,
know that.
yeah. Whenever I was in fourth grade, yeah,
Hmm.
it was not fun. Anyways, remember they had like the high schoolers in one section and the kids in the other, but there was just like this like plastic wall thing that they put up in between us, so obviously we could hear all their conversations. And I
Mm.
overheard Miss Duncan, pretty sure you can figure out who that is, was talking about because they're talking about like
Would you do you want me
math
to bleep that
games.
out? Did you care if? Uh,
It's up to you. I don't care.
okay, okay.
But I just said her last name. I don't think anyone's gonna find
Yeah.
out. But anyways, she was talking about how like she was talking about coolmathgames.com and she was talking about how if you go on it, there's a link to a porn website.
Oh.
And I overheard that, and she was saying, "Do not go on coolmathgames.com because there's a link that takes you to a porn website." And this is how my brain works. If you tell me not to do something, I'm
You're
gonna go
gonna
out of
do
my way
it.
to fucking do it.
I mean,
Yep.
isn't that
And then
isn't that way with everyone though? Like, come on.
just about, dude. And then like I went on there and I couldn't find it. I've been on coolmathgames.com before. But I went on there and I couldn't find it. And I was pretty bummed
Hmm.
out. Yeah, but whenever I was 10, I was in like 9, 10 years old. I was into WWE, and Kelly was
Oh.
a female wrestler on there, and she got me hella bricked up as a kid.
Oh.
And I would look her up all the time. I remember my mom was like, "Who's Kelly Kelly?" I'm like, "Oh, she's a wrestler." And she's like, "Why are there pictures of her half naked?" And I was like, "Oh, that's just her outfit." She's like, "Well, I want you to know everything that you look up on the internet, I can find." And I was like,
Oh.
"Okay." And I was like, it's that kind of thing. But yeah, like I was saying, like obviously, if I found out my kid was watching that kind of stuff, I wouldn't be happy about it, but I wouldn't
Hmm.
like I wouldn't get pissed off at them because I understand, it's just and that's how like a lot of my family was too. They're very like, they're a lot of them are very religious, so like
Hmm.
it seems like they act like sex isn't a thing, and they don't get how people can't be like
Aroused.
abstinent. They don't get like how people can't practice abstinence. I'm like that's so
Hmm.
fucking unrealistic. Like you were a teenager at one point. Everyone gets fucking horny. People are gonna
Yeah.
have sex whether you like it or not. Instead of preaching abstinence, just preach safe sex, and obviously consent.
Yeah, it's
You know,
like,
if you're gonna do it with somebody, do it with somebody that you care about and somebody that you
mm-hmm,
can trust. You know, obviously mistakes are gonna happen. You know, it's just part of fucking life. But at least
mm-hmm.
be safe. You know, and they
Exactly.
spent so much time practicing, like, oh, you know, don't do it until you get married. I'm like, nobody fucking does that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody fucking does that anymore. And it's just, and it's silly to do that. Like, you know, I'm not saying go around and sleep with a bunch of people. I don't think that's smart either. I feel like they're both equally not smart. But you know, like
Technically, the
people are gonna
Mormons still
have
do
sex
it.
whether, yeah, but fucking likes Mormons. And
Hey,
yeah,
there's some pretty good, cool Mormons out there, even though they're not like as experienced as
yeah,
me
you
in
know,
a lot of
it's
things.
funny how you say, you know, it's. I'm gonna stop you right there because you said, you know, there's some cool Mormons, and then you said even though. So it's like you saying,
Okay,
hey,
okay, you make
it's
a
like
good
you
point. You make a good
apologizing
point.
for something you did. You're like, I'm sorry for doing this, but like as soon as you say but, the apology doesn't fucking count anymore.
Okay, okay. I'll say this about religion, though. Look, I don't consider myself to be a religious person that much. Like, I don't really consider myself to be atheist either. I think that's a little too extreme to say. However, like, there's a lot of people who like are considered hardcore Christians, or they're very Mormon or whatever. But the thing is, like, with those type of religions, it does present to you a healthy lifestyle that you can definitely have a good life if you do pursue certain religious values. However, there's a lot of things about religion that I feel like really holds you back from experiencing the best parts of your life, especially at a young
Mhm.
age. And
Yeah.
that's kind of why I don't consider myself to be religious. I mean, if for whoever's listening to this, if anybody is actually listening to this, that if you are religious, like, nothing's wrong with it.
No, if
Most
you find a sense of comfort in religion, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, and
mm-hmm.
there's like a lot of like professional athletes and stuff like that are Christian. They tend
Yep.
to do the best because they're like, oh, you know, the Lord has a plan for me, and it's like I feel like it takes stress and anxiety off their shoulders because they're like, okay, no matter what, God has a plan for me. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not shitting on religion, you know, but like
Mm-hmm.
if anyone asks me if I believe in God, I always just say I don't know because none of us know. That's the thing.
You
Nobody, like,
can't
you
prove
can be
it.
confident in it. So like exactly, nobody can prove it.
Yeah, and like, that's the thing. Like, there's no proof, and like, I've never had an argument with someone if God's real or not, but I really hope I never have to do that, because I really don't want to have beef with someone about their religious values. I mean, I would never like purposely like go up to someone and start bashing on their religion or anything like that. That's just
Right.
so stupid. But the thing is, and like, that's another thing. There's so many different types of religions, and each religion says that no, their religion is right and every other religion is wrong. And that's where I see a huge problem. It's like, well, then how can you really trust any religion then? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's holes in every single
Mm-hmm.
religion.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. But like I've said already, like, there's obviously a lot of religions out there that can present to you a good lifestyle, and I think that there's a reason why we still see a lot of those religions here today. But with that being said, I feel like a lot of religions do like hold you back from living some of your best life. Like, for example, Mormons, they're not allowed to have sex until marriage, and for me personally, I feel like you should at least experience it before marriage, because, like, I mean, like, think about it. When you marry someone, you want to be with them for the rest of your life. Now, don't get me wrong, sex is not everything. It definitely should not be to determination of the relationship you have with someone, especially if it's a
Mhm.
serious relationship.
Yeah.
However, my thing is that sex is fun to have with the right person you're doing it with, and if you're gonna, I don't know, I just feel like that if you're gonna marry someone, you should at least like have some sort of mutual agreement of like what you guys like sexually. I don't know. And if you can't, and if you
Yeah.
don't know that
There's
before marriage, then it's gonna be a pretty rough road when you're married and living together and trying to figure it all out. I don't know. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like when it comes to sex, I mean the same thing with with everything else. You know, communication is key. And there's people out there that just date one person and they just have sex with them, and that's who they're with for the rest of their lives. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
good for them. Nothing wrong with that. And I mean,
Right.
it's not so much that I encourage people having sex with multiple partners, but I mean, I definitely encourage people dating multiple date. I encourage people dating multiple people, not all at the same time, obviously, but I mean throughout their life, just to see what they like and don't like. And I mean, if you're dating those people long term, chances are you guys are gonna have sex. You know, that's just
Mm-hmm.
how it fucking goes. You know, some people don't. I mean, some people wait a while, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, and you know, I'm And, and there's definitely like hookup culture too, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I
Hmm.
100% get why people do that. I'm not that way personally, just because I'm like, if I fuck somebody, I'm like, I'm fucking you because I love you. That's like kind of that's how I look at it
Hmm.
personally. But not everyone's that way, and that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, it's that kind of thing where not like going all the way back to the porn thing. It just gives people such unrealistic expectations on
Right.
what's going to be. And like my like ending message with porn is, if your brain isn't fully developed, don't watch it consistently. And if you do watch it consistently, just make sure it's not overtaking your life. And it's like, and if you're in a relationship and you're watching it, and your partner's okay with it, keep doing it. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, if
Watch porn
both you and your
together.
partner
Nothing
like
wrong with that.
watching
Yeah,
it, yeah,
good for you
it's
guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. And that's another thing is like, yeah, I guess going back to the whole porn thing is like, like I'm kind of at the point now where I think it's best to, like, stay away from it as far as possible. However, if you have been exposed to it, I'm sure you still watch it, or whoever's listening to this, you might watch it once in a while or whatever. But at some point, you got to realize, like, like you can't just you have to like see the real world for what it is. And yes, 100%, there are like a lot of slutty people out there, like, there's no doubt about it. I mean, hence why there's like an unlimited amount of porn. I mean, like, if you like, did you ever hear, like, oh my god, what was that one, that oh my fucking god, the one episode with Conan O'Brien, I think it was, and he had that one comedian, who was it, Louis C.K., I think it was.
Yeah.
He like said something about like how if you took a baby at the very day it's born and had it watch porn every single day, like every single minute for the rest of it, like up until it was like 50 years old, he wouldn't even be done with the anal section or something like that. Like, he literally
Yeah.
like said that, like, on his show. And but it's true because of how much there actually is. And it's a lot. And I think because of how much there actually is, it gives us, we find things and it's exactly what we want. And when we find something that's exactly what we want and we try to look for that in real life, you're just going to end up disappointing yourself. And that's
Yeah, and
that's
I
the
mean, like
biggest thing.
you're talking about how there are a lot of sluts out there. That's why there's so much porn being produced. I mean, there's a lot of people that post porn that are just couples, and I mean, like that's the
Right.
one that's one of the big benefits of porn. I mean, because like look at how much money porn stars make. And I mean, there's like a thing going on. Like there's like a big like wage gap between some porn stars and whatnot. But I mean, like that's a lot of people's main source of income. And I mean,
Hmm.
there's couples that are in relationships and they decide to make their own amateur porn. Sometimes it blows up, sometimes it doesn't. That's another benefit of it is that it gives, and like same thing with OnlyFans. Like people will go on there and post things, and then they get a lot of money from subscriptions and not a lot whatnot.
And it's crazy how, like, how much more thirsty guys are compared to girls.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
that's why that's like guys are, I feel like, much more forgiving when it comes to women. I feel like guys can get turned on by just about anything. I mean, like, of course, like everyone has their own like quote unquote like standards and whatnot, but a girl like of like just that's like a 6 out of 10 will post something on social media, and there's gonna be at least one guy that's like, let me stick my dick in your ass or something like that. Like, there's
He's
gonna be like,
simping
oh,
for him or
you're so
whatever.
beautiful, oh, you're so hot. Like, there's so many
Hmm.
guys that are down bad. That's just how guys. A lot of guys are, they're like hella thirsty. There's women like that too, but guys like go out of their way to
Right.
show how horny they are. It's
Hmm.
really cringy.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, like, how often you see that. We need to normalize women simping for men, though. We need to normalize
Yeah.
that, like, 'cause it's
Mhm.
usually the
Yeah.
other way around. And it's actually funny because I remember I retweeted something, it was like a few years ago, but it was like this guy from FaZe. He had like, I can't remember if it was a necklace or a keychain, but it was the ballista from Black Ops 2, and it was like all diamond crested. It looked so cool, and I like quote tweeted it and said something like, "I need a sugar mama to like get me this," and like some random I don't know, 40-year-old woman commented on it saying that she'd like buy that for me or something like
Did,
that.
did you take the offer?
No, I didn't. I'm not gonna
Why the
take it.
fuck not?
I don't want to take advantage of somebody who's just willing to do. I mean,
She was literally offering to give it to you. Like, they're not
okay,
taking advantage of
okay.
her. She
Well, first of
offered
all,
it. She
where the
obviously
fuck,
wanted your cock, dude.
where the fuck are you gonna find a Black Ops 2 diamond ballista in real life as a keychain or as a
That
necklace?
doesn't matter. She was willing to buy it for
I know.
you.
I should have. I don't know. Next time the opportunity arises, I will take advantage of it. I promise you that.
Yes.
But it was a
Mhm.
little weird how like that person even like was able to find that tweet. Like, did they just search up a keyword for sugar mama and just find
Are you
it?
sure it wasn't a bot?
I honestly, I didn't really pursue anything. So I
It
mean,
wasn't. It wasn't a bot. thought. It was a thought.
Yeah, it was a thought. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy how either going back to men being thirsty, and I think that's the reason why a lot of women are successful on OnlyFans is because of how thirsty men actually are, and they're willing to
Oh
pay
yeah.
to see the extra, I don't know, like hole that they have to show between their butt cheeks. I mean, holy crap, it's insane. And it's funny because there's been always that issue with women not getting paid the same as men. There's this kind of like there's a term for it. I don't know why I can't think of that term, but you know
Wage
what I'm
gap.
talking. The wage gap, yeah. The
Yeah, I
wage.
said that earlier.
Oh yeah, see, like I'm an idiot. Maybe your voice cut out or something, but
No.
but yeah, the wage gap, and but the thing is, women have a lot more. They have a huge, I guess, advantage over men when it comes to certain things, like for example OnlyFans or even coffee stands. Like nothing sexual all whatsoever. Like coffee stands, there is not a single
Well,
man
bikini baristas.
yeah, bikini. I should work at a bikini barista. I'll wear a freaking
Yeah, what's
speedo.
stopping you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Put
just
pasties on your nipples.
yeah, I'll put some I'll put the Spartacus 200 logo on my nipples.
Yeah, you should wear a G-string and put the Spartacus on your left cheek and then 200 on your right.
Ooh, that's a great idea. See, yeah, we're
Or
just
you should put the Spartacus 20 on one cheek and the final 0 will be around your butthole whenever you bend over.
yeah. I'll just like spread my cheeks and that'll be the extra O or like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I think I've seen things like that too, which is like so weird.
Mhm.
Like there's people who get tattoos on their assholes for God's sake. Like holy
That's cool.
shit. Yeah, or they're even their dicks. Oh my God, I couldn't do that. Ugh. But yeah, I don't know.
We'll do that. We'll do that for our 100th episode. We'll
Ooh,
get butthole
100.
tattoos.
Oh yeah, what are you gonna do? Do like a star? Like what kind of shape? What are you gonna do around it?
I'm gonna get B on both of my butt cheeks whenever I bend over in honor. Whenever I bend
Oh,
over.
that's a great idea. Great
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, I'll probably do something with 200, like you mentioned earlier. That makes a lot of sense. And maybe when I reach 200 subscribers on OnlyFans, that's when I'll do it. How about that?
Yeah, good idea.
Oh man, yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and I don't actually know how much money you can really make off OnlyFans. Obviously, the more people following them, the better. And there's people out there like Amarath, I think it was that she mentioned in like a live stream or something. Like she said she made like $5 million in 1 month, and the guy she was with like literally almost threw up because of like how much money that is you make in a single month because of OnlyFans. Like
She was selling her farts in a jar.
yeah, well, didn't what's her face do something similar? You don't really hear about her anymore.
Belle
Like,
Delphine.
yeah, Belle Delphine.
Bathwater. Yeah.
Bathwater, that's right. And then Ricky Berwick did Crip Water or whatever.
Crip water.
Yeah,
Was it blue?
probably. But I mean, it was obviously a joke because he's making fun of her.
Yeah.
And I remember when she did her. I think it was like a Christmas special of where she like did her, like she posted like a full video on her OnlyFans or something like that, and she's like, I guess never done that before. I mean, I don't know, like I follow her on there or anything, but yeah, I don't know. I just think it's funny how you see how big some of these Twitch thoughts are, and then everyone knows they just have an OnlyFans. I don't know.
It's just because they're hot.
Honestly, yeah, that's literally it. I mean, you don't even have to be like that hot either, in my opinion. You just have to be willing to like do anything and show anything, I guess. I don't know. That's just how I kind of see it in a way. But yeah, I mean, obviously, people have a lot more attractive bodies than others. So if you have the more attractive body, then you're going to get a lot more attention.
That is exactly why I think you should upload your content on Pornhub.
Yep. Yeah. Man, I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll do it. Maybe when I move out, I'll try something like that. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how it works. I mean, I don't know if you have to like pay to have an account on there. I never made an account on Pornhub, so I don't know how it works.
Yeah, sure.
I know, seriously, I've actually never had.
No.
I'm dead serious. I've never made a porn account ever.
I've made like 5 different accounts just so I could use the free month of Pornhub Premium 5 months in a row.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. They always have those
Mhm.
deals going on too, like having
Oh,
7
yeah.
months of free. Like I mean, like I don't even really know what you get access to, but obviously you get like more HD quality videos and stuff like that. But and I guess like more, I guess what's it called? Videos that are you can only watch if you have the premium account. But I mean I don't know. I don't really know how it works exactly. How much is it anyway? Like how much do you have to pay monthly for a Pornhub Premium?
I don't know. I never had to pay.
Oh, that's true. You make a good point. But I mean, you always avoided it, so feel like you would have seen the number somewhere.
I'm sure. I think it was like $10 a month or something like
Oh,
that. I can't
really?
remember being.
See, it's cheaper
I
than
don't know.
Netflix. Netflix needs to get their game together. Ugh.
Yeah, I
But
don't get why Pornhub hasn't made a streaming service yet.
yeah, how would that work if they had a streaming? I mean, there's what are those called? Those like live chats or what is it called? Oh my goodness. But you know what I'm talking about. They do like live chats while they're like doing whatever.
Horny milfs in your area that are wanting to fuck you.
No, oh my gosh, what is it called? It's not like for some reason I have Omegle in my head, but that's not true. It's not Omegle. No, it's like chat roulette, but it's not like chat roulette. Oh my god, what the? I can't think. I don't know. Cam girls. That's what I'm thinking
Chatterbait.
of. Cam girls.
Oh,
That's what they're called. I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, like they do like live streams of them doing like whatever the hell they want, and they just get like I don't know, a shit ton of people just watching them somehow. I God, it's insane. Like literally, I think porn runs the world. Like it has to. Like I mean, do you know like how many people get caught like watching porn and stuff like that? Like it's insane. It totally
oh
runs the
no, we
world.
know got caught watching porn
Wait, say
at the
what?
local library. Someone we know got caught watching porn at the local library.
Oh! I know who you're talking about. Didn't he get banned from the library too for doing that?
He told me, yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. Sorry, your voice is kind of cutting
I,
out there.
done. I wonder if he was expecting the librarian to like start fucking him.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he has those unrealistic expectations. It's like, oh, it's just like that video I saw in the guy in the library, and he fucked the librarian.
And the librarian goes to him and whispers to whip out his Jimmy.
Yeah, and it's like the librarian goes over to him, and she's like, you have an overdue book. What are you gonna do about this? Oh
They
my
come over here. I'm gonna make your soft cover a hard cover.
It's like, wow, your bookmark is really big.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
man, what
damn,
do
babe.
what do we do with our lives, Tristan? We should just write scripts for freaking
Yeah.
pornos. Like, do you know? Honestly, I feel like that'd be so much fun. Like, you could just do like
Oh
the
yeah.
most stupidest shit ever. Like, there was you know who Trevor Wallace is, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast he was on, I don't listen or watch it, but I came across a clip where he had a porn star on there. It was Emily Willis, that's her name, because she's like one of the kind of the meme porn stars or whatever. And I guess in that podcast they found out that she's actually the one who started the whole like stuck it in the washing machine meme. Like I guess she's the one who started that with like some scene that she did, and like they asked her if she like actually came up with the idea, but it wasn't her idea. It was like some sort of like script writer that made it up. And so I'm like wait, so the people actually like write scripts for these? I mean, obviously someone has to, but like I just feel like, damn, I could get paid for writing a script on a porno. Like I don't even have to show my face, or I don't have to have any recognition whatsoever, but I can get paid for writing a really funny script. Like I don't know, I just, and it's, I don't know, I feel like I could get away with it so easily, but
Oh, yeah.
obviously
Our first script is we're gonna do it right now. It's gonna be about it's gonna be about Jimmy getting caught at the library for watching porn.
did you really have to say his name?
Yeah, no, it's the second time I've said his name.
I know, but the first time you did it so discreetly, like I don't know if anyone would have caught on.
I'm not saying his last name. I don't think anyone will.
You know, it's actually funny because Jimmy's not even his name. So I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway,
Secretive.
but yeah, I think having the library script would be good. That, oh my god, that's what we should do, Tristan. That should be my face reveal for my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
you'll play Jimmy in the porno.
Yeah. I'll act like Morty from Rick and Morty. It's like, oh geez, I didn't mean to. I mean, oh.
The librarian's gonna walk up to you and will be like, "Damn, Jimmy, this Percy Jackson book's as thick as your cock."
It's like, who puts their bookmark inside their pants? I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Is that a bookmark in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah, you just having this. Is that a Bible in your pocket?
And you guys will be banging, and then Deaf Dean will be the cameraman.
Oh my god, no! Don't get him involved. No. Don't. No.
He'll be printing out pictures of chicks with long hair. He'll be jacking off to him in the corner.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, Tristan, we're like this whole episode we've just been talking about sex.
And then a lady's gonna walk into the library and she's gonna play the role of Jimmy's mom, and I'm gonna be like, "Jimmy, mom," and
Hi,
then you guys are
Jimmy.
gonna have a big orgy.
Oh
It,
my
it,
god.
it, it, but no, it'll be a transition from one porno to the next. It'll go from the library one to a Call of Duty based one, and
Mm.
instead of being called Call of Duty Origins, it's gonna be Call of Duty Orgies, and it's just gonna be a huge ass orgy in the library, and Shepherd of Fire is gonna play the entire time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. We're just. God, man, you're on fire right now with all these ideas. Holy crap. We gotta start writing the script right now. But you know what? We are like an hour and 5 minutes into this podcast. We gotta wrap things up here really quickly. But we gotta get a word from our sponsor, which is from the Copper Kitchen. Do you wish there were more burger joints that had fish on the menu? Well, look no further than the Copper Kitchen, because not only are there beef and chicken burgers, you can even get fish as well. Seattle is known for its high quality seafood, and the Copper Kitchen has just what you're looking for at a reasonable price. You can enjoy their food in the dining area, or you can order takeout. If you are not hungry for a burger, then there are plenty of other menu items to try out, just like pasta. And I know what you're thinking, consuming too much gluten makes you tootin', but I personally have not had this issue often. Make sure you guys check out their specialty menus that they rotate throughout the week, such as their silver and gold menus.
Beautiful. And use promo code Landing to get 15% off your first order.
Yep, don't forget to do that. You can even get cheaper than what it already is right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then with this episode, I feel like it's only appropriate now for us to come to a conclusion and end this one for this week.
yep. Honestly, this was the sex episode. we the whole time this is like all we ever talked about. I mean, I guess it's good to get it all out there. I think it was a great conversation. Like, we gotta hear each other's opinions on certain matters, and of course have our ideas of the porn industry and stuff like that. And of course, don't forget to stay tuned for our librarian skit in the future. I
And
think.
sex workers, keep doing your thing.
Yep, keep doing it. I won't subscribe, but everyone else will. So,
Oh yeah.
but of course, if you guys are going to subscribe to some of the Hometown Girls OnlyFans, then make sure you also subscribe to the Spartacus 200 on YouTube, where I post videos pretty much every single day. It might actually go down in a little bit on the uploads, just because I might be starting a job here soon. So just to keep that in mind.
Ooh,
But oh yeah, I know, I have a job. Woohoo!
big
But
announcement.
yeah, but anyway, that's all I gotta say. Got any last words, Tristan?
Nope. That's it. See ya.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you next week.